Hello everyone, Cookie King here again with another awesome cast of a StarCraft 2 game sent in to me by EmperorZurg, the red Zerg at the southern spawn on the map, who is playing against Vassago, the blue Protoss on the western spawn of the map. This game was sent in to me by EmperorZurg from the Reddit community, and we're going to have an awesome time with this game. So we started out, they spawned close air positions. So, as with most games that have close air positions, airplay is a very common thing to see. We have this Overlord who is going to immediately scout this base as being right next to his own. This probe is going to go out and scout. It's going to scout the cross position, it looks like. Maybe he's really sending it out to find a good place to put a proxy pylon or something of the sort. The Protoss is going to end up seeing this Overlord, which is a scout for both the Zerg player and the Protoss player, as the Protoss player now knows that the Overlord came from this base at this point in the game. That's the only location where the Overlord could have come, where it had enough time to reach that. So, probe's gonna come over here, check out this base. Spawning pool just went down. Looks like we're gonna see a Forged Fast Expand out of Vassago, which is pretty standard. This is a very large area to have to wall off, but it can be done. Or you can just simply wall off using the assimilators, as the Nexus will be right here to have a pretty complete wall off. There's something behind here, like a pylon, to prevent Ling run-bys. Probe's still just chilling out over here. Overlord's gonna fly over somewhere. I'm gonna go hide somewhere else. Looks like the Protoss player is... Oh, nope, he's gonna throw down a cannon. I thought he was gonna save for the Nexus. Looks like that is his next order of business, is to make that Nexus. This probe's chilling out. Gonna go back and re-scout. EmperorZurg getting some gas. Probably gonna get metabolic boost right when he hits 100 gas. And that Nexus gets thrown down for the Protoss player. No expansion yet out of the Zerg. Couple of Lings. We got 6 Lings out on the field. Queen is almost done. Gas has not been started. He does have the... Oh, and there we go. Start a metabolic boost. Ling's running over, hoping to get some scouting information, but there is a cannon here, which is going to... If EmperorZurg decides to run up into the base, he's going to lose quite a few Lings, which will be easily cleaned up. The remaining Lings will be easily cleaned up simply by the probes attacking them. However, he will be able to possibly attack this constructing Nexus without being shot by the cannon. And yes, he will. One of his Lings goes down, but these other 5 are perfectly protected. Photon cannon going down. This one will be in range of these Zerglings, but the Zerglings are going to do quite a bit of damage before this cannon finishes. This probe trying to take out some Lings. Looks like that probe's going to die. A valiant effort by the probe. Nexus will finish, but it will have no shields, and the health is starting to be chipped off. Some probes being transferred, probably going to be used to attack and lure the Zerglings, and EmperorZurg might just choose... Nope, he's going to try and get a couple probe kills, but these cannons are going to make short work of his few Zerglings. Expansion is almost done for our Zerg player. Metabolic boost just finished. 5 more drones are on the way. And Vassago cleans up the last few Zergs from this. We have a hidden probe all the way up here. That's probably the farthest location Vassago could put a proxy pylon. But you know, why not? Just in case. Or he simply probably forgot that that probe was there. Might not use him for the rest of the game. We'll have to see. Another cannon being thrown down. Cybernetics core being warped in. And the lair, interestingly enough, is being morphed in at the expansion as opposed to the normal hatchery location. This could be because we're close by airs, and EmperorZurg is worried about maybe some Void Rays coming in and just taking out this base easier than they would be able to take out this base. I'm not sure what his thought process was behind that. Maybe he misclicked. Who knows? Maybe it's just his personal preference. Got 16 Zerglings on the way, throwing down an Evo chamber. That is a lot of cannons. We have 5 cannons defending Vassago's base. Warp tech is being researched. A Stargate is indeed being warped into. Is that? Nope, just a gateway and a Stargate. And another gateway. EmperorZurg is in fact moving this Overlord. He might send it over here and he might see the Stargate, but it looks like this Overlord is not going in that direction. Alright, a proxy pylon is being thrown down over here. That's interesting. I'm not sure what Vassago's thought process is behind that. Overlord decides to just stop there. It's not going to go any farther. So this Stargate will go unscouted. And we have a Nidus network going down. Where is... They're throwing down the Nidus, which is easily spotted by Vassago. He might not notice it. It is on his minimap. He can't see it. Oh, and there go the probes. Probes, they do... Nidus worms are very vulnerable. So, but the Nidus worm has spawned. The Zerglings are piling out. And they're going to make short work of all these probes, even if they do kill the Nidus worm. So these poor Zerglings are now stranded, but they're going to wreak havoc in the base of Vassago, as Vassago really doesn't have any units out. He's got a Phoenix, however, a Phoenix isn't going to be able to do hardly anything against these Zerglings. And these cannons are obviously immobile. He does have a sentry, but the sentry is not going to be able to take out the 17 lings. 14 more lings on the way. Nidus network just spewing out all those lings. We'll have to see if EmperorZurg does in fact notice the Stargate. He does see the Stargate, so we're going to have to see if he decides all these lings are just chilling idle. While EmperorZurg is doing other things, he's getting some more drones, taking his gases, building a roach warren, seeing what these Zerglings can do. Gonna see if this Void Ray, is it gonna get out? And it does, thanks to that Chrono Boost. Hardly. If that Chrono Boost hadn't been used, that Void Ray would not have made it, as that structure would have gone unpowered. So, we do, Vassago decided to make a proxy Stargate all the way over here. Interesting choice. Interesting strategy. Void Ray, of course, all these lings, it's going to be very hard for the Void Ray to kill all the lings, simply because of how many there are. There's a Zealot down here. Look at all these lings are going, puts them on hold command so that they don't waste their time trying to attack the Zealot. And it looks like all these lings are going to die pretty quickly. However, EmperorZurg did get quite a lead from that. He took out the main base of Vassago. So overall, I'd say that was a pretty positive effect that he had. He does have some Zerglings still stocked up in the Nidus network. Maybe he's going to decide to throw down another Nidus somewhere else. He does not know that this base is here yet. Vassago is going to rebuild his main, sending these Void Rays over. However, EmperorZurg is prepared. Having seen the Void Rays, he does have a couple of spores down. He's got the Queens. He's throwing down a Hydralisk Den. Vassago is sniping out some of the Overlords, putting EmperorZurg temporarily in the red supply, but he does spawn quite a few more Overlords to rectify that. Proxy Stargate over here, currently not doing anything. It's got a couple of Phoenixes chilling out. Probes being transferred. A couple of pylons down over there. This base is over halfway done. Still lots of cannons just hanging out. Interesting wall off. Nice long line of pylons. We're gonna have to see where each player decides to go. There are some Hydras which are gonna hopefully be able to deal with the Void Rays. However, that's not very many Hydras. It's only 5 Hydralisks, which combined with the Phoenixes, if Vassago was to lift up the Hydralisks, they would obviously be in trouble. There is nothing else that can shoot air in this current Zerg army, or deal damage rather. There's no infestors to fungal or throw out infested Terrans. The Queens obviously won't be coming along for any assault, but they will be able to help with the defense if Vassago does go on the offensive. So looking at the worker count, we have 36 drones compared to Vassago's 40 probes. Vassago's winning in that respect. He really didn't lose hardly any probes to the Nidus attack. He transferred most of them down to his natural when that occurred. Got some more Hydras on the way, a couple more Lings, and it looks like EmperorZurg is gearing up for an attack. He's making only combat units so far, and there they go. Making a creep highway with his overlords, a very good choice since these Hydralisks are just so dang slow. So he's gonna just make a creep highway mostly all the way to the Protoss base. It looks like he's waiting for his overlords to get into position before completely committing. But look at that. That's a pretty solid creep highway. He does have a couple Hydras left behind, a couple just chilling on the highway, and they're just hanging out. Chilling outside, both armies outside each other. Vassago really doesn't have much of an army, and this is going to be very easily destroyed by the army of EmperorZurg. And Vassago just left the game. Doesn't even want to see how that's going to pan out, as he has hardly any units. Quite a few Stargates overall that game. They weren't all utilized at once, so kind of a waste. But his choice didn't really work out for them that game. Maybe he'll do something different the next game. Really good job by Vassago. Didn't even necessarily need that creep highway to reinforce, but it's always a nice thing to have. Good strategy by him. The Nidus play really put him ahead, helped him out a lot by taking out this Nexus. He took out that Stargate that was down in this portion, and also took out some gateways, knocked out some pylons. It was overall a really good attack, and he only lost Zerglings and the cost of the Nidus worms, which is kind of a bit, but it was definitely weighted in EmperorZurg's favor. If you enjoyed my cast, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'm very grateful to have new subscribers, and it makes me very happy when I see that subscriber count increase. If you'd like me to cast a game for you, I'm currently casting games for anyone that would love to send me a replay. My email is cookiekingsc@gmail.com. It's in the description for the video, so you can find it there. Copy paste it. Send me an email with your replay attached, and I will be happy to cast it for you, and it will be a great fun time. And if you have any comments or criticism or compliments, whatever you have for my casting, simply leave a message in the comments, or you can email me at the email in the description. I'll be happy to take your criticism or your advice into consideration and use them in my cast to hopefully improve them. With that, I'm gonna go. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day.